L-Dopa. It is the active ingredient found in the Mucuna Pruriens plant. This compound has been researched in dozens of studies. It has a lot of health benefits, some of which are of special interest for any guy trying to look and perform his best. Now, the reason L-Dopa can help you elongate your progress, it's because it has three main benefits to the bodybuilder. Number one, it does increase testosterone production in your body. So it is a product that you can take during post-cycle therapy or take it right along with your cycle of anabolic hormones. Some guys will even use it as a standalone in between cycles, especially if you're using something like 1-DHEA, 4-DHEA, 19-NOR-DHEA, or any of these boldenone precursors or Winstrol precursors. Using L-Dopa right along with the cycle should help prevent some of that suppression. And using the L-Dopa during PCT or as a standalone would be a really good way to help maintain your gains as you're coming off the stuff. Now, it does help with testosterone production, but there are other products in the Vintage Muscle product line that could help you with that. One of the other reasons you really want to add L-Dopa to your supplement regimen is because it helps lower prolactin. Now, prolactin is that hormone that creates the refractory period after a man orgasms. That rest time that you must take after the act, yeah, it's a natural process of prolactin causing it. And supplementing with L-Dopa, some guys have reported being able to cut down on that refractory time in between lovemaking sessions. Now, I'm going to quote from a study, PMID 1255091. L-Dopa, within 30 minutes after administration, induced a highly significant decrease of plasma prolactin levels. Now, that's a direct quote from a rat study. The L-Dopa, extracted from the Mucuna Pruriens plant, can inhibit the release of prolactin. And even some steroid users will use L-Dopa as a way to ward off side effects from using some of the black market steroids. The main side effect is problems with libido, sometimes caused by the use of some steroids that can actually throw off your balance of prolactin. And this is where you hear the stories of guys on cycle just not being able to get and stay hard. Now, all of these already sound like great reasons to give L-Dopa a try, correct? Well, I haven't even gotten to the best one, and that is that taking L-Dopa will increase the amount of human growth hormone your pituitary gland secretes. Yeah, you heard me right, growth hormone secretion. L-Dopa stimulates the release of hypothalamic growth hormone releasing hormone in humans. That is the title of PMID 3080462. Yes, L-Dopa stimulates the release of growth hormone. And there's some good data from tests on humans to back up that assumption. Okay, so how do I use L-Dopa? How do I incorporate it into my training program in order to help me get better results than I'm getting right now? How do I incorporate L-Dopa into my TRT or my steroid stacks or my steroid cycle or my pro-hormone stack from Vintage Muscle? How do I use it? How do I work it in? How do I cycle it into what I'm doing right now in order to gain full benefits from it? Well, look, on this one, the answer is quite simple. For a bodybuilder, for bodybuilding purposes, for reshaping your physique and to turn back the clock, grab yourself the HGH Soma stack from Vintage Muscle. Now, this stack features L-Dopa extracted from Mucuna Pruriens. But that's not all. There are 21 other ingredients in the stack. When you order the HGH Soma stack from Vintage Muscle, you will receive 2 bottles. A liquid bottle with a dropper that contains your Mucuna Pruriens and another bottle with capsules. That's your GH Vital. Now, when you use them together in the stack, the HGH Soma stack specifically formulated to help you increase recovery, stimulate greater growth hormone release while you sleep, and just helping you take full advantage of the growth hormone pathway to amplify your muscle gaining and fat burning results. Injecting exogenous growth hormone might not be the best answer for everyone. Some of us could benefit greatly from just adding something like L-Dopa into our regimen in order to help our body release more growth hormone. And yes, we all know growth hormone helps you gain muscle mass and lose body fat. We all know that if you're using any sort of fat burners, stimulants or not, taking growth hormone just makes us work better. If you're taking any sort of steroid stack, pro hormones, orals, injectables, SARMs, whatever, good human growth hormone will just make the stuff you're taking now work even better. Is one of the reasons competitive bodybuilders have continued to get so big ever since the 70s. Because in 1971, Berkeley chemists announced the first synthetic production of human growth hormone. And ever since then, bodybuilders have just continued to get larger and larger. Ever since science found a way to synthesize human growth hormone and its widespread use in the bodybuilding world, you continue to see these bodybuilders coming bigger and bigger year after year. The sheer size and the paper-thin skin of these huge bodybuilders when they go into shows, that is a combination of anabolic androgenic hormones and growth hormone. Now, you don't need to be a professional bodybuilder to harness the power of anabolic androgenic hormones and growth hormone. You can grab a stack of pro hormones from the Vintage Muscle product line and take it right along with the HGH Soma stack. If you're already on TRT and getting a prescription for testosterone from your doctor, you can add the GH Soma stack to your cycle. If you're already doing a cycle of SARMs or any kind of other performance enhancement drugs, you can add the GH Soma stack to your cycle. It's just a good nightly routine to help you get ripped. Every night, about an hour before bed, you take 1 to 2 cc's out of the dropper along with 2 capsules from the bottle. The stack is there to help you maximize the amount of growth hormone you release while you sleep, as well as help you fall asleep quicker, have deeper, more restful sleep, and wake up more refreshed. Now, one thing I really like about the GH Soma stack is the double prong approach to help you make gains a lot quicker. First, you get a more restful sleep so that you wake up more refreshed and ready for your next workout. And also, the additional secretion of human growth hormone while you sleep should have you waking up to some new muscle mass where you can notice some new features in the mirror every morning. The way Vintage Muscle has set up their product line, you can buy the GH Soma stack right along with, say, the 1 androl stack if you're trying to cut, or the 1 androl stack with hydroxygen and with GH Soma for cutting. Or you could go with something like Equimass with the 19 North stack and GH Soma. Or you could go with just GH Soma and the Alpha Test stack. Or you can just do GH Soma with the Win Test. Really, GH Soma will mix in pretty well with absolutely any of those cycles. It will work really well in these stacks to help maximize growth hormone production while you take advantage of the androgen hormone. Or you could use it during post-cycle therapy to help you get back to natural testosterone production as part of a complete post-cycle therapy protocol. Look, if you have any questions about how to use the GH Soma stack with L-Dopa, make sure to head over to the Vintage Muscle Community Forum. The Vintage Muscle Community is where it's at. That's where you'll find all of the relevant information that you need in order to learn how to properly stack these products, as well as the diet and the training, because that part is important too. So just head on over to the Vintage Muscle website, pick up your Soma stack, along with whatever other stack meets your needs. If you have any questions, head over to the Vintage Muscle Community. Anyway, that's it for me today. Thank you for listening. I will see you on the next one.